Hi guys, that was awkward since I accidentally ended up getting lost by the stream. So what I shall do is go to all the stuff that I haven't shown yet. Like these all go away. Like you only have seen me played Maiden. So I'll just try to do all the stuff for her again just very quickly. I'm a maiden, we already know this. Introduce yourself, being nice. You greet about the master nonetheless. Oh, this is a new one. After a long walk to the castle, you are introduced to the Overlord. She lectures the underling that brought you here, who was apparently told not to leave their post. You wonder what cruel punishment awaits them. Due to your surprise, she lets them off easily. The underling is dismissed, and the Overlord turns to you, looking very interested. And we see if the light is actually up. Yep. Turns very interested. You explain why you've come, and she squints at you. It turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens, or to do anything that would agitate the humans. You wonder what a moment she might be, for a motive she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. It doesn't make any sense to you. Turns you very interested. Still, it doesn't make any sense to you. Let me just turn this off. You've always been told that demons one day would... If you don't want to believe you've been lied to all along, maybe just you haven't been maiden-like is enough. You ask the Overlord you shouldn't be... you should do to be a more suitable maiden, but she still doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. She makes it sound so simple. This Overlord seems like a complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. She insists on staying to talk with her more. The Overlord tells you again that you should get lost. How rude, you just got here. Obey her. You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figured it's time to go home. Anyway, you encounter a hero. He asks you what you're doing. You don't know what the Overlord Castle is like right here. You explain everything that happened. The hero seems to think that you're lying to him. He asks if you've been brainwashed by the demons. What nerve! You're very upset the so-called hero would treat you this way and leave in a huff. You return to the village alone. Everyone was very worried about you. They surround you with 1,000 questions and you tell them your story. As you explained, the Overlord never had any intention to harm anyone. You notice the looks of certain uncertainty in the crowd. People are whispering things to each other while you speak to them. You're loudly interrupted by an older man, and he rudely calls you a demon sympathizer. The crowd is growing unruly. You don't understand. You've only told them the truth. Do they not believe you? Everyone begins speculating what must have actually happened. They weave elaborate lies and ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero, they ask. You could not have possibly escaped the Overlord upon your own will without harm. You must have been conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone into believing that they aren't horrible creatures you know them to be, so they say. Have the people of your village always been this blinded by their fears and hatred that they never care to know? You wonder how you missed that before. You are seized by the crowd and voices from all sides are calling for public execution. You are to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. You wonder what would have been better to hide the truth? You don't like the thought of that. You've always lived honestly, so why has this happened? And why are you being punished? You hear the sentencing voice of your family and neighbors, but they, like you, are powerless against their momentum. They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You are so sorry. Hide the truth? Executed maiden end. I shall show you the stuff, but it's probably accurate at the moment. This is hungry. Obedient is also another thing. Polite. You could pick that after. I'm not sure if I show that. You may need to give power of his yada yada. Shout for it to come save you! No! Help me! And then die. I probably should have actually let it play out. Polite. Yada yada. Shout for it to come save you. You yell, but the hero does not come. The demon suddenly jumps and starts biting a lot. How painful. This plan of yours was stupidly stupid, you think. Why couldn't you have been more patient? Why did you go looking for trouble? You aren't angry or anything, of course. This is all your fault for trusting a demon not to devour you on sight. This is your punishment for questioning fate, you guess. Bit by bit, you are swallowed by the demon till you are no more. Soon maiden end. We set the stage. Obedience to the fun. Then I went to this one. And then I could like pick to not be hungry. But this one came after, so for right now I'm gonna just do the same thing as I did right now and just without anything. You are a demon underling. In service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard a castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. Instead of standing in one place, staring into nothing. You feel like you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. He gives you an earful about responsibility and questioning obedience. You wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. I'm gonna see if I can send an invite to the stream without it, backfiring. Copy and make this go to the present thing. You are a demon underling. In service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to go, backfiring. Copy and make this go to the present thing. You are a demon underling. In service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is and make this go to the present. Pay her. Where it lies, it's probably. And then that's what your friends. You wait for her to finish. In service of the Overlord. Oh, you guys can hear this, can't you? Whoopsies. Better be still going. It's still going. Anyway, I'm gonna see if it's gonna let me go. She gives you an earful about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. You wait for her to finish her lecture route before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everything? You complain to the Overlord over your friends. They agree that she's kind of a snob and totally deserved to be kicked off the throne. You only wanted to vent your frustrations, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. You should probably steer this in a responsible direction. Let's overthrow her. You're sick of all this Overlord holding you and your friends back. You agree that it's time for a change in management. Your friend suggested maybe you should be the new Overlord. You like the sound of that. You announce your first act of rebellion to have the day off like you wanted. Your friends aren't very impressed. You assure them that you'll talk more about the assassination thing when you get back, which satisfies them. You sneak out of the castle to have some fun. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She seems very frightened and screams for a hero to come save her. You consider your options. That of course, stop yelling. When the maiden realizes you're not going to hurt her, she regains her composure. Now she started talking to you like your friends or something. You don't understand humans at all. You speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you, because why is there conveniently only one language in the world? If demons have independent societies, wouldn't it make sense for them to each have their own language? The maiden is going to and on, full about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line, from whatever you gather, is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. The Overlord asks where you found this maiden, knowing full well that she left the castle when you weren't supposed to be. You apologize for disobeying her, but hope that the maiden is an interesting enough present that you may be forgiven. The Overlord nods and says everything's cool as long as you always listen to her from now on. Let me see if the sound of the stream is still fine. And present her. No, don't do that! Don't do that, me! There's an interesting enough present that you may be forgiven. Okay. Okay. You're impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You mention how you can't believe you and her friends are even considered overthrowing her. She gives you a look and you say that was just a joke, of course. She smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's about time for a nap. After a few hours of sleep, you're rudely awakened by the sounds of battle. You emerge from your room to find the hero has slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk. Avenge yourself. I did this. I died, but still. Who does this guy think he is? Coming in here and killing everyone like some maniac. What did we ever do to him? You lunge at him when he's busy driving his sword into the guard who sometimes brought you food whenever they noticed you were feeling kinda down. You like that guard and you wish for that your demon-hearted hero would suffer for his deeds. You bite into him, tearing flesh from her bone. It tastes like iron. The hero struggles. You feel his sword go through you, but there's no pain, only retribution. Oh, more and more of your comrades pile onto him as your consciousness fades. The hero has overtaken. Your army has won. You have earned your rest. Victorious underling and... Reset the stage. This is gonna be disloyal, I guess. You already knew this. What did I do again? Quit yelling. Save yourself. You look at the lifeless forms of those know you, those you've known as far back as you can remember. You feel glad to not be in their shoes. You also feel guilty to be thinking that as you flee the castle until you remember your role, not as an underling, but as a demon. This kind of thing is expected of you. Maybe you start a new life, far away from any humans or demons, where you live peacefully, alone in some deep dark forest somewhere. Deserter underling and... And then, I believe I went to the hero, which didn't have anything, well, I guess due to a rogue where I default, but I have to, you know, pick those still. So I guess I can just click these. You're the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable guy and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the others' occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You're told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive in a nearby demon overlord's castle. Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You don't get it. You're happy to protect the townspeople though. You're born to play this role. You head off to your friends to just rescue the maiden. But demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them to gain experience. This is what I did first. You make quick work of the vile creature who stood in your way. You feel much stronger now. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. I did this as well. You gather your courage. This is what must be done in order to rescue the maiden. These are evil demons anyway. The world is much safer with them gone. That's what you tell yourself while you kill one after another on your way to the Overlord's chambers. You find the maiden being held captive by the Overlord, just as you suspected. But for some reason you can't sense anything sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to hesitate. What did I do again? I think this one. She explains that she's come here on her own and was never in any danger. She hesitantly asks why you're covered in blood. You don't know how to respond. The Overlord moves past you out of the door. You see your army in lifeless body piles. She's wailing. It's horrible. This is your chance, hero. So this is a big misunderstanding. You hope she let this whole thing slide if you could just explain yourself. If you really try, but the Overlord is inconsolable. He tears you apart and the maiden watches in silence. As you die, you can think you probably deserve this. Tragic Hero N, I already had that one. Reset the stage. Beautiful, heroic. I don't think this really matters what I did. This is what I got later. But I've just seen neither of any of those. Skip. Flee like a coward. Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. But you can't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you will ever be able to rescue that maiden all on your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You'll take your chances at the castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates as you're faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Ask if they'll let you in. You go up and ask the nearest demon to explain why you've come here. They stare you down and you feel very uncomfortable. But they seem to trust you and escort you directly to the Overlord's chambers. That was easy. The Overlord and maiden seem to be in the middle of some casual conversation when you barge in. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to hesitate. As the maiden again. The maiden explains that she was never actually captured and that she came here on her own volition. That was a pretty dangerous thing for her to do, but no one got hurt, so that, at least there's that. You asked her to return to town with you, to reassure everyone of her safety. The Overlord asked the two of you to leave and you casually exit the castle. You try to make conversation with the maiden, but she's been pretty quiet since the Oh, what's this new? I forgot to turn one thing on. I'll do that next round. But she's leaving the Overlord's room. Why is she shy? You suddenly stop in some tracks and you turn to your head to test what the deal is. Oh, the Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. You can't help but feel relieved you got the maiden out of there when you did, but... She suddenly takes off toward the burning castle. Panic sits in and you follow to try to stop her. The smoke is so thick you've already lost sight of her. What is she thinking? It's too dangerous to continue. You feel hopeless. You stand alone in the castle gates. Your body won't allow you to take another step forward. No. Going in there would be suicide, or something I should actually not be saying on YouTube. You return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You're too late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. Bystander Hero and B. I'm gonna actually do what I was doing before, and that this one is less loyal. And she's polite. Well, we weren't diplomatic yet. I'm just gonna go by I'm just dutiful and dutiful, I think. I think I just had a heroic in there. Yes, we already knew this. Feel like a What did I do again? My brain is... Feel like a coward. Ask to let you in. Ask me what's going on. It was pretty dangerous for her to do. I'm not sure if I should skip here yet. To restore her from her safety, allow you to leave. There you go. You pause when you see a group of suspicious demons standing near the entrance. They're talking about assassinating their overlord. This proves to you that demons really are foul creatures. You have to tell her about this. You don't understand what the maiden is thinking. The world is better off with less demons. They're all cold, ruthless creatures that should be destroyed. And those same creatures have just noticed you eavesdropping. The maiden takes off into the castle and you have no choice but to follow. You burst into the overlord's room. The maiden frantically tries to communicate what you just overheard. A demon underling barges in next, calling you liars. It's followed by a group from the entrance who shifts the blame back onto the little one. These demons only care about themselves. How low can they be? You begin shouting at them, and the whole room dissolves into noise until the overlord yells for everyone to shut their traps. She threatens them with violence. This overlord is no better than their subjects. You grip onto your sword tightly. If you have to cut through everyone here to get this man to safety, you certainly will. The group of demons hiss at each other before shutting the door, leaving the runt of litter behind. You glance around for another exit, but there isn't one. You have a terrible feeling about this. In an instant, the whole room is in flames. What kind of demonic magic is this? The underling pounds on the door, upset that it's been betrayed. You join it, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. The next moment, the overlord has taken hold of the underling. It's crying for mercy. She thrusts her claws into the underling's chest and lets out a horrible scream. You back away. You won't be the next target of her rage. She continues to dig and twist her claws into its limp body. You can no longer watch. You look at the maiden. She's crying, hands clasped together in prayer. To have faith in a time like this, you envy her. Two of you, the overlord and the underling's corpse, are all consumed by flames. Resigned hero and I'm pretty sure these are all the ones I've had. I have not tried diplomatic yet. But that's the one we basically just had. I'll have to BRB for a little bit though. So let me just get to the BRB thing. So, you see me in a little bit. Sorry if there's any background noise. Do not know. My dad might have gone upstairs. Back to the game. Okay, what shall we do now? I have not been I'm gonna make them obedient. That's gonna make you hungry. Okay, let's go to you. You're the overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called Hero whose whole purpose in life is just to dethrone you. What a... Words! What's their deal anyway? Hold on, let me actually move some stuff around on my screen. Okay. If you've actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes they'll leave you alone, you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole overlord thing if you're being quite honest with yourself, but you don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself that everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to the higher standard like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, the way they're whining about it kinda bothers you. What to do with this underling? I guess I can get them a day off. You tell them to go take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off should be fine every once in a while. They thank you and happily scurry off to do who knows what. Hold on. I'm gonna have to BRB once again. Hold on. How does one mute that himself? Don't you all love it when people come interrupt you without any warning? Let me, get things in place. Hold on, my headset's being mean. You have nothing better to do today, so you decide to nap for a little while. Being the overlord sure is great. You awake to a knock on your door. The underling from earlier brought back some company. It's the maiden from nearby village. She says that her role is to be captured by you. The maiden then goes to say that she's been getting very impatient thinking about her impending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but forget to inform her you never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not informing... Hold on, this is the other girl. Perhaps I'm not performing my role very well enough. How can I become more maiden-like? You don't really understand this. You don't really understand this question. The question, I can't read. You think this road puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Let's just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. The maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that you stay and talk to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. Or whatever that means. You wonder what to say. Nah. You can't bring yourself to send this maiden away. She just got here. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that demons are not all what she expected them to be. You're glad that she seems to have an open mind about these kind of things. You also bring up how you always instruct your arm to avoid humans, as to not agitate them and get heroes sent out after you.
That explains why the people in the village have been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? We are very grateful.
You're surprised to hear thank you. Hold on. Let me just move things on my screen again. It makes me like side screen see the stream. You're surprised to hear thank you. You've always thought humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed, despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time, that you were actually super evil all along. The maiden laughs at that, says she wouldn't mind being held captive here. The people in our village are a little exhausting at times, he says. You can't tell if she's into you or not. Oh my god, shipping! You're interrupted by another human in the doorway. This time it's a hero. He was apparently searching for the maiden who was rumored to have been captured by your kind.
Captured? Not at all. I only wanted to meet with the Overlord. Didn't anyone read the note I left behind?
After everything is explained, the hero expresses his relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks her to return to the village with them. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised that you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take this maiden away from you. Oh my god. She likes her. Oh my god. I don't want to die yet, so I'm just gonna say, let them go. You're certain that she'll return to spend more time with you. You just have to trust in that, you decide. With the hero and maiden gone, you plop down until you're comforted on your luxurious overlord bed. Your room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope your new friend will be back soon. You close your eyes for a while. You've almost fallen asleep when the maiden and a hero burst into your room, frantically trying to communicate something to you. You're told that a group of demons are plotting to assassinate you. You're not surprised. How nice of the humans to care, though. One of your underlings barges in next, shouting that the humans are liars. They're followed by another group of demons, crying that everything was the first underling's plan. Everyone is shouting over each other, and it's very annoying. You yell at all for them to shut their traps. You have no doubt that the servants would let their ambition cloud their judgment and lead them to try to take your throne. Regardless who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. Saying that made you feel very overlord-like. You aren't sure if you have the strength to back it up, though lately all you do is sleep. The group of demons start muttering something about going back to plan A and start suddenly slamming the door shut. You, the maiden, the hero, and it's just me voice acting, people. You, the maiden, the hero, and one of your underlings are trapped inside. With an instant, the whole room is in flames. Oh no, not again. The underling pounds on the door, cursing at their friends for betraying them. The hero pounds on the door as well, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. So this hell you'll die, burned alive in your own room by those who you thought you could trust. You should have expected this from a bunch of idiot demons, though. You notice the maiden crying. Why does she have to die over something like that? This has nothing to do with her. Perhaps she was cursed from the moment she spoke to you. You wonder if you are cursed as well. You're so filled with anger and frustration, you don't even notice that you've grabbed the underling under those traitors. Those traitors blamed everything on. They cry for mercy, saying they were dragged into this plot, knowing they'd be killed if they took your side. They cry that they didn't want to have to kill you. You almost feel sorry for them. Forgive them. You released the underling. Killing them wouldn't make you feel any better. Besides, they've already gotten their punishment. You all burn together. Oh, that's true, and I I've got a true end, guys! I got a true end! Before you take back to your reset story once again, you pause for a moment. True end, you say to yourself? What's the point of all my effort and if the true end is this terrible? You must have forgotten where you were. This is uh-oh. This is getting scary now. This is bad end theater. Is the pain setting in? Oh, but you should have been well aware of it you'd be shown when you entered this place. It's a problem I've seen quite often. At some point you grew attached to my little cast. You started to relate to their flaws, their plights. You started wishing for their happiness. But you aren't going to find that here in my theater. My lovingly crafted labyrinth of suffering. Anyway, I hope you'll pardon the interruption. You're making great progress. The choice to continue on the next ending, onto the next ending, is always yours. I'll leave you to it, dear guest. Okay, that was funny. Okay, merciful. We already knew this. Gonna be rude. Gonna be nice. You notice the sound of battle started ringing towards your guest halls. The maiden's getting nervous, but your ears hear that's only your underlings roughhousing. No big deal. You know it's probably a hero, but you don't want to upset the maiden by telling her that. Your army will take care of it. It isn't long before the hero bursts into your room. But he shouldn't have made it here. Why didn't they stop him? They are at distance and they're unsure of himself. He's covered in demon blood. As the maiden speaks to him, trying to explain the situation, you move past the hero out the door. You're not thinking clearly. Seeing your servants' bodies in pieces all strewn about, your castle has really taken it out of you. That hero did this? There's so much blood. Why? Did he come for the maiden? Did he think she needed rescuing? There was no one for this hero to save her. There was never any harm meant to anyone. You were just talking to her. Why is it turned out like this? You feel a sharp pain through your back. You look down as to see a blade protruding from your chest. That was careless of you. This is how you die. Stabbed in the back by some cowardly hero. What a joke. You're supposed to be the ruthless one. That's right. Humans can't be trusted. None of this is what they're capable of. You should have remembered that before letting one in. You watch the hero takes the maiden's hand, leading her through the sea of corpses he left in his wake. Captured by a demon. At least she got what she came here for. You join your army in eternal slumber. Slain Overlord End. Forgot I made him her. Gonna be an asshole. What if I actually make them possessive and merciful? Gonna be rude. Rude. You smile, you smile, offering the maiden your hand. She takes it at a slight hesitation. She must have been surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden home. She's oddly quiet on the track back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. The villagers are very pleased with what a good job you've done, slaying the Overlord and saving a hostage. They throw a huge celebration in your name. You're remembered for generations as the greatest hero the village has ever seen. This is interesting. It's an interesting game nonetheless, if I must say so. Diplomatic. We know this. You're awakened by one of your underlings. A hero wishes to speak with you. He inquires about a maiden who was rumored to be here, but you've never seen her. Humans don't visit often, or ever, really. As the hero takes his leave, you wonder why he totally trusted you there. Heroes traditionally kill demons, but this guy seemed like, hold on, I'm gonna have to BRB for once again. Same thing happened again, guys. Being interrupted. Heroes traditionally kill humans. Demons. They don't humans kill humans is also accurate though, but still. This guy seemed like he was bad at his job in your opinion. Whatever, you're still feeling sleepy, so you go right back to your nap. One of your underlings is tearing your throat out. You tried to struggle, but you can tell you're already mortally wounded. What if you don't deserve this kind of ending? You remember now. You gave this guy this one a day off, and this is how he repays you? You die wondering if you could have done anything to prevent this. Assassinated Overlord and... What if I don't make him hungry? Let's see if that helps. Sorry, I'm just a bit obsessed with the Overlord part it seems. Let them stay. Let them go. You pierce their chest with your claws. They scream. The hero backs away. He's wise not to interfere. They've stopped moving, but you keep digging and twisting your claws into them. He doesn't make you feel any better. The underling's corpse burns along with you and the two humans. Spiteful. Okay. I'm going to be a jerk. Go back to work. You give them a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy with you, but you're sure they'll thank you for this later. Venturing too far from the castle tends to spell death. Backlog? I didn't try to click backlog. Return. They took the parents. Yeah. You dismiss the underling and lie down on your nice and comfort Overlord bed. All that lecturing made you want to take a nap. You fell asleep pretty quick, just another one of your amazing talents as the Overlord. Oh, hold on. Log. You just... hold on. What did I miss? How boring it is, what to do with underling. You give them a lecture about responsibility. You dismiss the underling. You fall asleep pretty quickly. This is another one of your amazing talents. Overlord. You wake, you knock on the door long as it's brought some company. Okay. You scold them, but ultimately you are really interested in this guest, so you let them off easy. That underling's not so bad. It's a maiden from a nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. The maiden then goes on to say that she means getting very impatient about thinking on her impending capture. So she's come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but forget to inform her you never had any plans to capture any humans. You see, oh, we already had this. Skip. You'd love to have all the conversation in the world with your new friend, but having a human girl, it will definitely cause trouble. You put on your mean face and starts to get lost. The maiden does what she's told and takes her leave. You figure you may as well go back to bed now. But you don't get rest for very long. One of your underlings is staring your throat out. Skip. You curse at them, choking on your own blood. You die wondering if you could have done anything to prevent this. Assassinated! Dang it! How about you hush? And you get hungry, I guess. I guess you go dead, I guess. Whatever, I'm just gonna make myself possessive, I guess. Get back to work! You're awakened by one of your underlings. They've brought at you a hero who inquires about missing maiden. Tell him you don't know anything, but humans never really visit this place. He believes you and goes home. To your surprise, you figured he might try to fight you, but you're glad you get to get back to your nap instead. Until you wake up to something completely unexpected. Before you know it, everything is about you is engulfed by flames. What's going on? You try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you getting out. Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule from if this one burns? You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you. But this is no accident. Those ungrateful bastards. Bastards! You choke on the thick black smoke from the fire. But you can't believe you're being dumped in by a bunch of cowards. You'll see them in hell. Burned, Overlord. Well, rip. Let me just go back to another person for once. This one is possessive and merciful. This one is not hungry. Not loyal either. He's polite and obedient. Dutiful, heroic, dutiful, I guess. Diplomatic. The girl. Polite. Skip. The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little you realize they might not be the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero out after them. You realize it must have been why you've never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the Overlord on behalf of your village. She says you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. You've always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the Overlord could say the same of humans. You may be different, but really they're just trying to live their lives as the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. But maybe... Okay, hold on. But maybe everything I've said was to deceive you and the humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along? Even if she were to capture you now, you think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back home. You kind of like not being told to expect demons to come after you all this time. You feel free. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself. But spending time with this Overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. But then a hero barges into the room. His clothes are staying there alert. it's disturbing for its weapon too. You really say it must be demon blood. Something horrible has happened. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, assuring that you were never in any danger. The Overlord walked past the hero out into the hall. She's wailing. You can only guess what kind of horrible scene he's left for her. The Overlord tears the hero apart into retaliation. You watch silently, unable to scream. The Overlord, who you had just been getting along with so well, has killed another human right in front of you. It's clear that you had been deceived by her sweet words. Demons are ruthless monsters after all. The Overlord approaches you now. You back yourself into a corner. Her expression is complicated. Being captured by the Overlord in a horrible way like this, you was your destiny after all. She vows to keep you very safe from now on. You're afraid to find out what that means, but there's no one left to save you. You belong to the Overlord now. Captured maiden and B. What's the maiden and what? Hey, why am I getting the B endings? Am I getting a low grade or something? What if I make him obedient instead? Skip. Introduce yourself. I want to redo that. I want to redo that. No, this is not the character I meant, but whatever. Skip. Stay for a while. Darius is dabbling in sincere apologies and excuses, realizing his wrongdoing, but you are far beyond hearing any kind of language! You've had it with these humans always murdering your servants for no reason. You can no longer hold yourself back and lash out at the hero. When you regain control, there's nothing left of the hero. The maiden has fled in terror. You're alone. Wrathful Overlord. Oh boy. Oh my god, 41 endings! Didn't realize it's gonna be a gigantic game. Oh my god, Gonna be merciful and possessive. I think that might make her kill, though. I'm not gonna be possessive. I guess I'm gonna do this from this guy's perspective. She's surprisingly cool with it. Nice. You're still on your adventure outside the castle. A change in atmosphere excites you. You spent some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. I should probably turn down my Discord. Volume mixer. Discord, you go away. Hold on. Go away, volume mixer. As you make your way along the path nearby a human village, you encounter a maiden. Oh, skip. She greets you and says she has a favor to ask. You consider your options. Hear her out. You're in a good mood today, and are rather curious about what the maiden has to say. Humans don't usually talk to you, so this is kind of exciting. You hadn't guessed it would even be possible to understand each other before now. The maiden is going on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line, from what you can gather, is what she wants to English! The bottom line, from what you can gather, is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Finally. Sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. They seem to be getting along just fine, so you decide it's about time for a nap. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what the deal is. They say that they're planning a whole revolution. They say they're gonna get rid of the current overlord and put a new ruler in place. They want to hear if you're in or out. And being a pretty lazy underling, you of course reply with, "That sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead?" Your friends question your loyalty to their cause. Dying or killing? I think I'm pretty sure. That'd be nice. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can ask what they're sorry about, one of them sees you. Someone who's still loyal to the Overlord really has no place in our castle. You understand, right? Their claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things like this will end. This is a pretty messed up thing to do to a friend. It's a pretty messed up thing to do to a friend, you tell them. I slit your throat in response. Faithful underling. Reset the stage. Let's actually do what we were doing before. Skip. Skip. You tell them you were just joking and clarify that you're totally in it to win it. They say you were always terrible with jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the Overlords, you know how bad it'd be to end up the wrong side of things. And if this assassination doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you were innocent all along. But beneath your shield of a faux confidence, you worry about what you're getting yourself dragged into. You follow your friends inside the castle to talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea how they want to go about this. If they figured out they'd just lock her in a room and set things on fire. What a stupid plan. That could go wrong in so many ways. You realize that your friends are just a bunch of directionless thugs. Useless without someone's guidance. Your guidance. They'd probably be casualties if you fought her head on. And while showy deaths make a revolution a heck of a lot more fun, it's probably the wrong way to go. Your friends agree and insist that you play the role pretty assassin, as she really didn't want it to come down to this. But you can't back down now. You have to be the one to assassinate the Overlord. Besides, no one else has better ideas. You and your friends turn to notice a pair of humans have overheard your entire conversation. They take up into the castle. Are they headed to the Overlord's room? F! Even though I already probably said it in chat at some point. The Overlord will kill you for sure if she found out you were conspiring to take her out. You dash into the castle after humans. Sure enough, the maiden's already frantically telling the Overlords everything. You shout that the humans are liars. Your friends soon arrive to back you up, except they don't. They blame the whole thing on you. They credit it was all your idea and that they were just going with the flow, too scared to refuse your crazy plan. You can't believe that they tell the Overlord such a blatant lie. You always knew better than to trust them. You're the one who didn't have a choice here. They all shout at each other until the Overlord demands silence. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep you all in place. First, beneath Night Heel. She sounds tough, but lately all she does is sleep. You doubt her strength. You hear her traitorous friends, your traitorous friends mutter something about going back to Plan A, and suddenly the door slams shut. You're threatened there with the Overlord and the two humans. And then the room bursts into flames. You pound to the door, screaming curses at those who betrayed you. The hero joins you, vowing to slay the lot of them. You wish you got that chance. The Overlord grabs you by the throat. You cry for mercy. You're forced into this mess. You're sure now that they would have killed you if you would sided with her. To your surprise, their overlord spares you. Or maybe she'd rather see you suffer instead, looking around. You've just gone from one dead end to another. The maiden is crying. The hero is silent. You all burn together. Underling's true end. Well, that sucks. No matter the perspective, the true ending remains the same. That's what makes it true. You couldn't resist seeing it for yourself, though, could you? I wonder what will happen when you collect them all. Will you give in to despair, or... Which point of view? Which point of view should I take? Oh, headset, don't be mean. There we go. Hungry. I am getting hungry. What does this mean? I'm scared to click it. I'm scared to click it! Oh. Naden has a lot of deaths, apparently. What is I wonder what a merciful tyrant is. This is not. You tell your friend you were totally not serious about this whole thing. You're actually cool with the status quo. After all, life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to complain about is that you live so comfortably that there's nothing to do. The others nod, but don't seem convinced. You say it's a coup d'etat that would be... You say a coup d'etat would be more effort than it's worth. But you're still gonna be a rebel and sneak out of the castle. Your friends praise your mischievous ways. You change an atmosphere sound. You spend a few time rolling on it. Yep. You're out. You're in a good mood today. You're rather curious about what it made. Yeah. No, they didn't change anything, apparently. But if I do make you hungry... I already had this, apparently. We're just gonna be... I have no idea what a merciful tyrant is, but... Where doesn't the hero come? I don't get it. Hero, do your job, please. Polite and obedient. Why don't heroes ever help? That sucks. Let's not make you hungry. Let's just click all of this. Just click everything. Well, that's just an ending already had, apparently. Obedient. You tend to say where you've come, but the monster for you is eyeing you with suspicion. They can't help but notice the demon blood from earlier when you haven't had a chance to wash it up yet. Whoops. You have no choice but to fight the army in self-defense. Oh well, more experience points for you. You make your way to the castle, fending up all the demons that stand in your way. The Overlord appears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing murdering all our soldiers. You get straight to the point and ask her where the maiden is. She feigns ignorance, a convincing act. A convincing act, but you won't be fooled. If the maiden isn't here, well then what happened to her? You can only see only one answer. Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she has already been devoured. Thinking about your poor mate's fate fills me with determination. I do not know. I didn't know what it said. Thinking about the poor man's fate fills you with hatred, apparently. You fight for Overlord with everything you got. You become strong from the hordes of demons you took down before this final battle. The Overlord is almost no match for you. You cut her to pieces. The Overlord has fallen. You sigh for relief, but your job is not yet finished. You search the castle. Unfortunately, you find no sight of the maiden within its walls. Just as you suspected. She must have already been devoured. You feel hollow. A great evil has been banished from this world, but what does that matter if you were too weak to save someone? You stand amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. You return to Overlord's remains and wrap her head in your cape, bringing it back to the village. Surely your great victory will be celebrated. Failed hero? How's the failed hero? Skip! Nope, I knew I was gonna get that. I knew it. What if I just do heroic? And she and her. Hero, please! Mori! Dang it. It's not. Mains aren't the best meal, but you figure you live up to your demon's name and strike back against the humans. You start devouring the maiden without such much of a second thought and you feel quite proud of that. Other humans would surely praise you with curses if they weren't around to see. Oh man, if only someone could have been watching. Time to find an audience for your evil deeds. You wandered into the nearby village. People are screaming and running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. You think that's pretty rude of them. You haven't even done anything yet. You attack the nearest human. He's old and weak, and his bones crunch delightfully. The audience screams louder in applause. You think, hey, this is actually pretty fun. I should have taken revenge like this a lot sooner. As you continue your bloodthirsty dance, striking the villagers down, you fail to notice a sword-wielding hero running toward you. He takes you out in one swift blow. You're just a demon underling after all. As you die, you think, that was totally worth it. Worth. It's worth. Performer underling, okay. And I think that's where I'll cut things here from now, since we're like halfway through. So I think it's gonna be the end of my stream. Well, my 2 streams. First one only had like a small part of the maiden. Because it accidentally cut out, I don't know why.